Grand Rising YouTube, Grand Rising. This is a reading that I did yesterday. I sat down to come back to it at some point yesterday, but then I got into a live. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. This is a spin-off from my pre-birthday reading that I did. Coming off of the last one, which is how you're going to lie to an empress. I mean, a high priestess. An alchemist. This reading is saying, this is a reading of someone being an alchemist, being a master manifester. But as I sat down yesterday to kind of tap into this, I got into a 2-hour live. After that, I got back into the works I was doing. After that, I was just tired until we're here right now. I did writing. This is the write-up that I did yesterday. Between yesterday and again this morning. Mad one. Bare numbers. Diagrams. With this diagram, let me explain this diagram. It's of a scales, like what would be in the Justice card in tarot. And as I was drawing it, it was weird. It was just, I was in an automatic energy. So as I was drawing it, Libra is the first thing that comes to mind, then Aries. As I do the Hanged Man. It's almost like, you know, when you play Hangman. And then I went back to a post that I shared on my Facebook, which says, basically, if you're dealing with someone that's annoying you, for every time they annoy you, delete a letter from their name, and when their name's gone, they're gone. You understand? Just non-existent again. And then to the Justice, Hangman to the Justice. But then I started writing. What's the challenge? What's the advice? What's the outcome? These are the questions that I was going to ask as I went into this reading, but then I started writing. And I went into, say, I am who I am, divine nature, divine in nature, master manifester. Those on the outside may not know your nature, or the www, the who of you, the what, the why, the when. Or you and who don't get it should be nowhere near. Those who don't see you will only draw you into their energy. Sorry. If you're not mentally, emotionally in a balanced place to deal with the fire they bring to your home, your temple, your body, your mind, your soul, with their self-doubt or doubt of you and your manifestations, with sweet whispers of BS, their projections of themselves onto you, until over time you begin to delay or decay, age, boil away like water in a boiling pot. All because you are not moving in the pace faster than your natural state. Spiritual timing. Nothing can come to you before God's time, no matter the forced manipulation, interference, etc. This is the story of the tortoise and the hare. Total opposite, empath, narcissistic relationship. Lessons to learn before the blessings. Don't look back as if you broke down. Rather, you cracked open. To inner standing of self, your connection to the divine, your inabilities to manifest and create. When the vibrations are set to take you down, wanting you to dim your light and your naturalness through envious and jealousy over your ability to appear to bounce back into your natural state. No understanding, much less inner standing of your journey, mission, your aims, what keeps you going, principles and morals of your I am, the who of you. When you allow something, someone, someplace to chip away at your soul because you're in a state of being where you don't belong. So I can't read my own handwriting. It's not a part of your journey. The divine's way of nudging you into another direction, to the energy away from where it is that you're stuck in now. So let me just put my glasses on. So it says life-changing events, repeated patterns causing self-isolation, where you may shut off from the world, cover over. But why not isolate, reflect and connect? Listen to the voice within. Rest, but never give up. Situations only hinder, never stop you. We all know right from wrong. Just through some reason, fear shows up. The intuition is heard, but that sweet whispers of BS rears its ugly self again. That toxic energy should draw you back. But during this time of reflect and connect, why not do the work that you know is needed? Pull on your inner strengths, DNA, ancestors, divine, all elements within. The Most High says He will help those who help themselves. Soul search, go back to the time where you left, where you thought you was more whole. What changed? And then this is kind of, as I sat down again this morning to do a read, I started writing. And through the live I was watching yesterday, I loved the live. I shared it on my Facebook for those who've got my Facebook. She was talking about love and hate, and love can't live with hate. Again, this is the card that's come out here. Love and anger can't collaborate. Love cannot live in anger. This is the card that came out yesterday before I watched the live. Yeah, so I know I'm on, nothing is a coincidence, and everything is relevant. So then as I sat down here, I knew this was a spin-off from my pre-birthday reading, because Earth came out in yesterday's reading, also in my pre-birthday reading, different depth. So I knew it was a spin-off. And within that spin-off was, how are you going to lie to a high priestess? I already know what you did that winter. Yeah? And the card Jackal come out. Now listen. Look up Jackal and Hyde. More so Jackal. Two sides to one person. Dissected in some kind of series. I've never watched it. I've kind of grown up and always heard about it. That hot and cold energy. But I kind of done a little look up on it yesterday. So it says, there's things that Hyde done that can never be taken back. Things like murder, kidnap of an 8-year-old child. The family didn't call the authorities, but what they did was blackmail Hyde. Hyde was having to pay out money, which in turn turned him, I don't know, into two different people, good and bad, within one person. Suicide of. The good side could no longer take the side of himself that was evil, unbearable to live with. How must it feel to be trapped in an unhappy place within yourself? No matter where you run to, you can't run from yourself. For someone, it's time to do the shadow work and stand toe to toe with your fears, insecurities. Ignoring the boiling pot is only going to destroy your feast. Stand in your power and be true to yourself. Surrender to the divine. See the light at the end of the tunnel. The possibilities of living in a different way. And I feel like somebody, again, as I turn the page, there's an energy of control here. Somebody right now is not in their natural state, and it's because of a third-party energy within them or around them. Family, friends, karmic partners. But I definitely want to come back and do a read. I'm going to press pause on this now and kind of end it here for a while, because I've got some morning stuff to do. But I definitely will come back, because I want to tap more into this energy, and especially of whosoever's resonating with this Jackal and Hyde energy. Someone's got way too much on their plate and needing to Going back to the live I watched yesterday, someone needs to take control of the gauge of that cooker and lower down the heat under that pot. Because it's only going to end up destroying your feast, destroying your body, your soul, your temple. In the end, Hyde couldn't take it no more, or Jackal, can't remember the difference between good or who was the good and bad one. But whoever was the good one could no longer take the pressure that was coming from the bad side. People were starting to look at the bad side, the community was starting to look at the bad side and recognizing who he was. And the good side of him didn't want to be that way. But that feeling of being feeling entrapped, I've done a reading, gone back to it, that's why entrapment came out. Someone's in a situation that is not their natural state. And it's going to cause someone to look out, as the kids would say. Going back to the reading I did of the karmic, holding on too tight. But yeah, this is a deep energy, and I'm definitely going to come back into it.